very recently I did a couple of videos about the state of Indiana and how the state of Indiana was drawing up a sex education bill. So it was a bill that the state was going to put forth to mandate how all of the schools in the state taught sex education. And there was, at one point in time in the wording of what is to be taught and what isn't to be taught, there was a section about how consent was supposed to be taught. While you're teaching kids about the act of sex, we want you to teach them that they can say no to sex. So that would specifically be for the girls, but anybody. You can say no, and to everybody else, if you're told no, then that means no. Consent. And Republican got that part stripped out. So as I believe as it stands right now, that sex education bill in Indiana, I believe, does not contain a portion for teaching the kids about consent. And a handful of people on the right were like, no, yeah, that should be stripped out of there. That should be left up to every individual school. Well, do you believe that schools should not teach consent? No, I'm on the consent train. Well, then let's just make it that every school teaches it. If you say no, then you're saying that you're in favor of some school not teaching about consent because they believe that consent shouldn't be taught. And here's why it's important that consent be taught. I'm going to play you a clip from Charlie Kirk. You guys already know Charlie Kirk for the festering bucket of liquefied dog shit that he is from a political standpoint. But he's going to explain to you here how there's a certain point, there's a certain number of drinks that can be had in the evening, and a certain level of interaction between two individuals, that if one of those individuals all of a sudden says, you know what, I don't want to go any further with this, and removes consent, that according to Charlie Kirk, that's a murky gray area, and whether or not you're actually assaulted at that point in time is case dependent. Watch this.
Like a fraternity guy and a sorority girl at age 19 hooking up, both 5 drinks in at 2 a.m., and all of a sudden she removes consent. Yeah, that's a murky middle gray area. And excuse me,
she still removed consent, did she not?
Okay, but again,
if he continues to go onward with that encounter,
again,
then he is sexually assaulting her.
Again, that is such an unfair categorization.
So, just so that we boil this down into the most specific of points, what Charlie Kirk is literally saying in that moment is that if there are two 19-year-old people in college who have each had 5 drinks, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, they're fooling around, and the girl says, you know what, I don't want to go any further, but the guy says, no, fuck that, we're here, we're doing this, and proceeds to do it to her. According to Charlie Kirk, that may very well be okay. And if you suggest that would be classified as sexual assault, then that is an unfair classification. Because whether or not that girl just got graped is a murky gray area. It's case dependent. That's why teaching consent is so important, because people like Charlie Kirk exist.